Good morning, traders. Welcome to this video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. My name is Chris from Elite Currency, and let's start with the euro dollar. Price is falling at this moment, which is something that I expected earlier this morning, but unfortunately this video is a little bit late, and price is already going back to these long-term moving averages. The reason why I expected that was price has hit with 7, made a double top hit with 7. Also, this push up is kind of running out of steam, a little bit of divergence between the tops. And the break specifically below the 20-MA and price staying below the 20-MA, retesting and bouncing at it were reasons for to expect a fall down to those long-term moving averages, which is the official target when you have a divergence. So that indeed is taking place. All of that is explained in my SWAT course, by the way. Yeah, I think that's a lot of value there. So if you're interested, of course, feel free to reach out or join right away. Now, what next? Price is testing the 21 EMA. I think that it's likely to cause a bullish bounce. I think price might go a little bit lower, maybe to 120.70, 120.75, 120.50. But this long-term moving averages could be a bouncing spot for upside. Let's take a look at the higher time frame again. Also, the 21 EMA zone is still a factor. Price hitting WIS 8, double top at WIS 8 on the 4-hour chart. But I think that the bulls have shown very clear, control. Let's put a fib on this first wave up. That could be a wave 1 or probably a 1 at this moment, but of course it could still be an ABC pattern like this, or probably a 1, 2, 3. Well, if it is a 3, it's very simple. In that case, we expect price to continue higher and above this minus 61.8 target again. So let's put it, if it is a wave 3, let's put a fib on, let's say this swing, for instance. Okay, let's zoom into that. There we go. And we would expect price to respect the shallow Fibonacci levels, which is typical for wave 4, 23.6 and 38.2 fib, for instance, for an uptrend continuation. So this is definitely a support zone here at 121 and 120.50. And of course, there could be multiple patterns, maybe a triangle pattern or a bull flag pattern, or some kind of consolidation. That would indicate a wave 4, and up we go for wave 5 and uptrend continuation. If it breaks below 120, however, and the 50 fib, then the bulls have to be on guard, because then in that case, it might not be a 1, 2, 3, but it may be an ABC, and we could be back in a downtrend. So 120 is key. Break below that, it could indicate an ABC up and a downtrend. If it stays above 120, it's more likely a 1, 2, 3 pattern, and we're expecting a consolidation for more upside. By the way, if you're interested in more material from us, we have a great deal here from Monfex Broker, all right, sponsoring you with ECS Live 6 months, 100% off. So that's basically for free if you open an account through them, through us actually, or Zucier automated trading system. You get 40% off for the sponsored Conquer version. Or our LOA EA, the London Open Advanced, minus 50%. So that might be interesting for you if you're looking for some great discounts after Black Friday. Monfex is offering that for traders from the UK, Spain, Colombia, Chile, and Panama, and the GCC countries. So check that out if you're interested in some nice discounts there. All right, so back to the euro dollar. Well, basically, we're looking at key information here, if this trend will continue or not at 120 basically. I suspect so, and I think there's going to be a bullish bounce and then a consolidation and a breakout to the upside if it stays above 120. Looking at the pound, we also had a fall. That's also something I expected. In fact, price did what we expected, made a bullish bounce, made it up to the 135 zone, and it's basically at the top of this consolidation. So it made that bounce up right there as expected, and it also made a break above that. We said a bounce back up to the purple line, and if it breaks the purple line, continuation up to the top of this rising wedge. Kind of even broke above that, made it all the way above 135, but then finally made the bounce down and now reached the long-term moving averages. And earlier today, you can see price making basically the break, staying below it, and making this impulsive move down. That's something I expected because of the double divergence. And when you get double divergence, you expect price to go back to the long-term moving averages. All of that explained in my SWAT course as well, by the way. So we had also rising wedge kind of pattern here and price staying in this consolidation, staying in the rising wedge, making one more bounce up to the top of their rising wedge, but now that pattern is playing out as well, and we're seeing a drop. So what's next? Okay, so let's take a look. We had double top plus a doji, and we're seeing that fall. We're seeing a break of that rising wedge. So I think that with the pound dollar is looking a little bit more bearish than the euro dollar, and I think we should see a stronger fall than the euro dollar. I think that this probably completed an ABC up. On the euro dollar, I think that, on the pound dollar, I think that's pretty clear rather than the euro dollar. And I think that we should see a fall back to test the previous bottom here, this bottom. So I think that, let's zoom out. There we go. This is looking like a wave A. I think an ABC for B. The doji at the previous top and the break of the rising wedge, I think, spells the start of wave C and the end of wave B. So there's plenty of space to fall on the pound USD specifically, more than the euro dollar in my view. And let's go to the 4-hour chart. Very impulsive as well. This break here below the 21 EMA, falling from 134.20 all the way down to 132.20, 200 pip fall, I think, already in the meantime. And I think it will continue, but we are at some kind of spot where price might bounce. We already see maybe a pin bar, 2 minutes left in this candle. So I think that this is very impulsive though. So I think what I'm looking for here is some kind of retracement. But I think it should respect the fibs. Let's put a fib from here to here. And I think the 50 fib or the 38, very likely bouncing spots here for a continuation lower. Let's be a little bit more accurate there, 133 or 133.30. So it could make an ABC zigzag there, but I do expect to bounce in that zone. And it could make a bigger kind of flag on the 50-minute chart, maybe the 38.2 fib bounce there, and make a flag like this. And eventually, I suspect that that flag will break to the downside, and the downtrend will continue. Maybe not necessarily today, could be today, but maybe tomorrow or even Wednesday after the flag finalizes. And I think there should be another drop, I suspect, to 131.70. Okay, that could be again a bouncing spot, and we could see maybe some kind of downtrend channel stabilize and materialize here. I don't think it will fall with the same speed as it did till now, but I suspect such a channel to emerge. So flag, drop, bounce, drop, and then it will hit the minus 61.8 target and maybe then accelerate a little bit more again. All right. Ultimately, though, it does have space to go back to the previous bottom here at 127, 128. So if it does that, correction to the 38.50 fib, down to the minus 272 target, bounce, then to the minus 61.8 target, flag, and then a drop, maybe to 129. Something like that is what I suspect with the pound USD at this moment. All right. I guess that's it. Wish you all great trading. Check out our discounts with Monfex Broker, of course, if you think that's interesting to start even a small account for the purpose of a discount, for instance, or of course check out SWAT. And we'll be back with live webinars with Nanette, myself, today and tomorrow. 3 live webinars coming up. You can check that out on our elitecurrency.com website. Wish you all great trading. Cheers.